Hello everyone, and in this video I'm going to explain you how Editor++ can improve your quality of life during mapping. So in map properties we can get some cool information like time spent mapping. Well, since it's a new map it's not impressive, but you can get this time. The map file size, which is important when you want to create custom maps, since you can easily get to the max limit of 7.1 megabytes. If you go over, your map will not be playable on a server. Also, you can change easily the height of your map. Then you can also change the time of the day directly in game. Well, the camera is shit right now, but well, just to see, no, it's more about the sun. But there my skybox is moving, the sun also. As you can see, I can go to night directly. Thanks to this, I can be precise about the position of the sun, which is honestly great. Also, you can get some information about the mod put on the map. So on this one, I've put a mod The Witcher by Outgear. So you have the URL and some information. If needed, I can update it very easily thanks to this. And then also the media tracker size, which is very useful for custom maps when you have a small gap and you want to put a trigger. Most of the time the normal size is way too big, so thanks to this you can reduce the size of the trigger. The light map, which if you put 6154 light map resolution, it will improve a lot the shadows of your map. Now I'm going to explain how to use the Gizmo mod. So first of all, to enter into this mod you need to Control Shift left click on an item or a block. When you do this, you're going to get an interface. To the left, we're going to start with rotation or translation. If you left click on it, as you can see, it's switched between the two modes. Or you can also right click on the axis. So basically, you move with the axis, your block, the same happen with rotation. But if I show you more precisely, it's a bit annoying to move the items because you are not precise. So to fix this issue, you can go into settings. As you can see, we can decide the step size for the translation and the step rotation, basically. So when this is done, when you are doing a translation, you need to keep pressing Ctrl while moving the block. And if you do this, as you can see, my block gonna move 1 meters by 1 meters. As a reference, like 32 meters, sorry, is 1 block, 1 vanilla blocks. And so the same happen when you do rotation. And also another shortcut that is useful if you really move it precisely, you can keep pressing Shift. As you can see, it's very precise when you try to move the block. If for you 1 meter is not enough, you can change it easily by just pressing the button or just even apply it yourself, like if you want 64, then if you press Ctrl, your block can only move of 64 block by 64. But it will not impact the shift, which will still be very precise. For the second icon, it's about the reference of your axis. So when it's in local, it means that it will always follow your block. So, an example, if I rotate, the axis follow my rotation. But if I do the same in world mode, if I'm moving the block, like my axis doesn't move at all, because it's a fixed reference compared to the local, which is only based on the block. For the third icon, it's about the pivot point. So what the pivot point is this little white point, and thanks to this you can decide to put it wherever you want, and with this the rotation will depend of the position of your pivot point. Now I'm gonna show you how this can be very useful during mapping. It can happen sometimes in mapping. You do this and you have some flicker, and it's annoying. Thanks to Editor++, you just Ctrl-Shift, left click, keep pressing Shift, and put your block a bit downward or upward, then a bit on the side, and as you can see, no more flickering. Now, if you wanna do some free block with block or items that don't snap at all, it's gonna be a bit tricky, but let me show you. Like if I take a cross block and like put weird rotation, which is annoying to free block to build to free block. Now, for example, if I wanna put a wall ride, it's impossible to snap. You're gonna explain me, how can I do this? But if you have your block selected in your hand and you Ctrl-Shift right click, not left but right, it's gonna copy the properties of the cross block to the rotation and the position. And thanks to this, if you manage to rotate your block and do some translation, get the perfect alignment with the block. And with this method, you can free block everything perfectly together. So it's very useful for items that don't snap, and also sometimes for some vanilla case. When you want to do repetitive work, you have some option thanks to the Gizmo button. So if you wanna repeat something with the same block, like if you go into settings and check the invert apply modifier, like if this is checkmark, when you're gonna press space, like you're gonna place the block and still keep the interface and the block. So thanks to this, you can do some walls with the same items without the need to say apply, then return and redo the movement, which is annoying. Also, you can repeat easily. So as example, I've put this block, then to a translation of 24 meters to the right, I put the block and then this button just appear, and I can just repeat less difference, which is useful. Also, it's even more impressive when I'm doing rotation. So I put my block, translation plus rotation, 30 meters. Well, let's go for 30 meters is good. Place the block and then repeat. And thanks to this, I have a perfect circle. To finish, you can do something similar to the materials tools in the mesh modeler, thanks to the Editor++, directly on the block. So for this, you need to select an item with the mesh modeler, and in this interface you need to open Editor++, go to Model Brothers, and check the NB material user index. So the number next to it is the number of layer. For this item, I have 2 layers because the roof and the structures. So as you can see, track wall is the wood, temporarily castle roof is the roof, and directly from there you can change. It's gonna adapt the windows. So as a texture, the visual of the textures, how to find this type of textures? It's in tools and material list. From there you're gonna get all the link of all the textures. So to copy one link, you just need to press left click and Ctrl V. Physics ID is how the gameplay gonna be for your car. Then the gameplay is all the effect blocks, so freewheel, jumbo, and other parts. So on my site I've put now deco cliff for the visual of my texture. It's gonna be ice, and the gameplay ID is gonna be a bumper. So when this is done, you just need to exit the window, save your item, and you need to re-edit the item so you're sure everything is updated. So as you can see, it's not wood anymore but works. If I'm driving, it's supposed to be bumper precise. That's it. So thanks to Editor++, you can easily change the gameplay, the visual of a texture, and the physics of an item.